for a member to raise an issue of quorum when actually the agenda on the order paper is very clear.
The morning session of the East African Legislative Assembly was the second in a row to fail to have the members proceed with the scheduled business of the Assembly. Once again, the lack of quorum impeded the transaction of business.
We are not discussing anything. Not until we fold the order paper as it is, and we are going to discuss anything, that's when somebody could raise a quorum.
So that is what the rule says. If at any time a member raises an issue, you have to ascertain if there is quorum.
Suspend this sitting.
The indefinite suspension of the House until the next session followed a protest by a Kenyan representative, Godfrey Maina Mwangi, about the lack of quorum.
So, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to say graciously that I'm not going to withdraw this rule of procedures.
Maina was one of the two Kenyan representatives present in the House, although the rules call for a state to be represented by at least 3 members in order for the Assembly to transact business. A section of EALA representatives condemned their Kenyan counterparts for failing to raise the needed quorum to conduct House business.
So it is very, very disturbing. We had so many things to discuss today on the order paper. Personally, I was moving a motion without notice under Rule 30 to urge the Council of Ministers to implement the decision of the last summit to put sanctions on non-paying partner states.
They suspect that the matter behind the inaction was the possibility of unveiling the report on corruption at the East African Community Secretariat, in which former Secretary General Dr. Peter Mathuki, who hails from Kenya, is adversely mentioned.
I have members from Kenya here, all of them like 5. They just intentionally denied the quorum to the House. Their reasoning is that there are people the report is mentioning their country, but they are members of Uganda who are mentioned in that report. Should we as Ugandans, and as a member of Legal and Rules and Privilege, can I also say, because they are Ugandans, I should withdraw from a report?
However, another Kenyan representative, David Ole Sankok, stated that his counterparts were delayed in the traffic and that the Assembly and there were concerns about the State Chamber.
Blame what happened here on Wednesday during the coffee bill, because the same chamber was used and there was a bit of fighting here with the local parliament, and probably we did not get an opportunity to bring pastors and bishops and imams to cast away their fighting spirit. So the fighting spirit was still hovering around this building, and that is maybe one of the causes of the premature ending.
The report of the inquiry by the Legal, Rules and Privileges Committee was sent back to the committee after it was contested by the members, raising unease among regional lawmakers. In winding up the Kampala session, the Speaker of the Assembly, Joseph Nakiritumana, dismissed calls for his censorship.
So, in order for us to say that we have a motion to censure the Speaker, it should be signed by half of the members, and the clerk would have convened the House. It is there in the law, within 24 hours. So, if there is a talk, and that which happened there, it means that is rumors.
For me, it's not even an issue. That's why I'm focused now on the future. Go and ask him to show you, to give you those signatories. Only. This House is well. We are all together. We are united. And we are conducting our business.
The MPs committed to have the corruption report debated anytime the Parliament will be scheduled to have a sitting. However, the legislator argued that the only way it will be possible for the House to hold a session will require the suspension of certain rules that may paralyze business.